Man, the rich just seem to be getting richer. Ladies and gentlemen, Randall Cobb just ended up signing with the New York Jets. It's absolutely hysterical as well, mostly because it seems like Aaron Rodgers has just completely taken over this team, when it comes down into it. He has signed a one-year deal. Guy is sitting at 32 years old. And it's always hysterical because when I look at NFL players, me being nearly 32 years old myself, I'm like, damn, that guy's old, man. Like, he's washed up. He's good. Maybe that's something that I need to go on ahead and sort of reflect on my own personal level. But this is wild for the New York Jets. I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, I know that he's definitely not the same receiver that he was in the past. There's absolutely no way that he is going to be able to contribute what he did back in his prime. But one thing that is absolutely huge about this is the chemistry. The chemistry that him and Aaron Rodgers have had for years and years. I mean, look at it right now. I mean, you have Allen Lazard. Now you have Randall Cobb. Two chemistry pieces, which is absolutely huge. Still have a young Denzel Mims. Still have Garrett Wilson, who I'm sure all of you guys ended up seeing that interview yesterday from Aaron Rodgers talking about how he's reminding him of Devontae Adams, his explosiveness. So this is certainly raising quite a bit of questions going into it. Like, who exactly is going to make this roster on their wide receiver team right here and there? I mean, literally, if you just want to take a look, because I was interested and I pulled up their depth chart right now, and I just can't see, like, ladies and gentlemen, I just can't see. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up for everyone to see here. Well, let me make it a little larger for everybody. Go ahead and take that up. Bear with me. Oh, shit. Okay. Anyway, so right now it hasn't been added, but I mean, you have Garrett Wilson, you have Allen Lazard, you have McCall Hardman, Denzel Mims, Corey Davis, who is going to be interesting. So where exactly does Randall Cobb fit, right? I mean, where exactly does this man fit? Where exactly does he fit on this roster right now? I mean, I'm legitimately scrolling through Twitter, and it seems like somebody has a theory that Corey Davis may be a training camp casualty for this team. Well, Corey Davis himself, he's owed $10.5 million. Go ahead and get that out of the way. Let me go ahead and show you this tweet that I'm reading from Field Yates right damn now. So, as you can see, Field Yates is under the impression that with Corey Davis is due $10.5 million in non-guaranteed salary. He seems to be an interesting roster decision coming up. It goes back to that point. It's just like, hey, like, is Aaron Rodgers' pull over in New York that large to where you would get rid of a Corey Davis for one of his best friends, which just so also happens to be Randall Cobb going into it. And I mean, there's a lot of people out there saying that he's washed up. I mean, he's definitely not the same player that he used to be, but I mean, there's no denying that guy was absolutely an integral part right to that offense, excuse me. It's 9 a.m. in the morning. Give me a break, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and pull this up real fast so everyone can take a look as well. But I mean, last year, really not that bad, right? I mean, really not that bad. 13 games last year, 34 receptions, 417 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, certainly not what he used to be. Let's be completely honest with ourselves here, right? I mean, as you can see, like, guy was relatively consistent for the past couple of years as far as being on the regression point, maybe being like a last resort, a piece player into that offense by itself. So right as you can see, a few years where he absolutely balled out, only one 1,000-yard season, a couple over 600, 800, seems to have had some health issues, but at the most part, he is the new New York Jets wide receiver. at the end of the day. It's definitely something to consider, but we'll see what's going on. Aaron Humphries is coming in saying this signing tells me he's not clicking with the new receivers. I think that it was more than likely a wish granted for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, let's be honest with you. I think when you get a quarterback like that comes into New York where you haven't had a quarterback like that in a long time, you're going to want to make sure that he's happy. So that's why, like, I'm seeing exactly why Joe Douglas is just absolutely bending a knee to whatever he wants. And plus, I mean, really outside of a couple of throws here and there, I mean, this legitimately was just like a couple of boys out there throwing the ball around. This wasn't anything like an actual workout, voluntary workout, rookie mini camp, training camp. I think that takes a little premature to sort of go from there, but this is exactly how it goes up. MB Surfers coming in saying New Jersey Packers. I mean, honestly, yeah. I think at this point, when it comes down to that, I mean, as a Bills fan, everybody always like mocked that, and so the Carolina Panthers were the farm team of the Buffalo Bills. You can't hurt on familiarity. And with Lazard, with Cobb, I think that's going to be really good, especially you want that veteran leadership because not only is Aaron Rodgers going to be helping out these younger receivers, these receivers who are familiar with Aaron Rodgers are also going to be helping these young receivers into knowing exactly how Aaron clicks, like hearing a different perspective of how to get that perfect chemistry with the guy. So this isn't something where, like, as a Bills fan, I'm sitting there being like, oh my God, it's over. The season's over, man. What are we going to do? But I think it's a pretty interesting piece for the New York Jets going into it. It's the Green Bay Jets, and the Jets fan base is being dictated and sold out. Listen, man, I mean, I have to give them some sort of recognition, and I have to like empathize with them a little bit because for the first time, they have a great quarterback. I can't think of the last time that they've had a great quarterback, like somebody that actually made me uneasy for this team in my lifetime, at least. I mean, Mark Sanchez, I was never really scared of him. Yeah, I mean, he was better than the Bills, like right during the drought season. But I mean, this is that dude, right? Like this is that dude. So I think that you have to do whatever you can to make him happy. And say, for example, he wants to bring all of the 30-plus-year-old receivers from Green Bay over to New York. If I'm Joe Douglas, I'm doing it. 110%. No day right there. This doesn't move the needle at all. Bills made better moves post-draft so far. I entirely agree with you, my friend. I entirely agree with you. I have a live stream later tonight analyzing our defense, why nobody should be worried about it. But this video is about Randall Cobb and the new acquisition. I'm scrolling through Twitter right now. I'm trying to see like any specifics of the contract. It's only a 1-year contract right now. One has to ask themselves, like, what is the cap space left over from the New York Jets? I mean, I feel like they've been slicing and dicing right now. They're still $10 million over the cap. I mean, they're still $10 million over the cap right now. I'm pulling this up on Spot Track right now. Like they still have over 10 mil. I couldn't see them paying Randall Cobb more than 1.2, 1.5, especially for a new deal, but they spent some money that, and then they also need to pay all the rookies that they just ended up drafting as well. So after this Randall Cobb signing, they'll probably still be about 4 to 5 million and sort of to play with and a rollover in the next year. So definitely something interesting. Delusional Patriots fan, this is the most mid-off-season move I think any AFC East team has made all off-season. Damn, some harsh words from our resident Patriots fan that is coming on and joining my NFL news show, by the way. Like I said, this is a Bills channel first, but there's breaking NFL news, baby. I'm coming on here. I'm talking to the people, especially when it involves the AFC East, an AFC East rival, if you will. If they don't win the first few games, it's going to be really bad for them. Yeah, man, I think that it's going to be very competitive. Like I've said, I think the AFC East drew the wrong card when it comes into the divisions that we have to play, that both the Jets, Bills, Dolphins, and Pats have to play this year. I mean, we have to play the NFC East and the AFC West. Not ideal, right? We have K coming in. saying that this is Favre 2.0. I've heard this as a take. I feel like that would be a Jets situation right then and there. I really feel like that would be like a typical Jets story where like history just repeats itself and then he ends up getting injured like week 7, week 8. But I mean, honestly, I don't like winning like that from a Bills fan perspective because number one, that just gives the other fan bases like ammo, right? I mean, say for example that they have to put Zach Wilson back out there because Aaron Rodgers got hurt. That's always going to be the excuse, right? It's like, oh, well, if Rodgers was out there, nah. Like, I want the full, like, I want the, like, all the smoke. Like, I want Aaron Rodgers. I want a healthy Jets team. I don't want any excuses. That's from it. And plus, man, I mean, look, dude, like, when was the last time Aaron Rodgers really missed significant time, right? When was the last time this man literally missed significant time? I'm pulling it up the stats right now so you can take a look. And I mean, I'm not sitting here, just trying to be a homer about this or anything like that. I'm not trying to like switch allegiances. I'm just trying to give you guys the news and create context right here. But I mean, dude, like, let me see what I got. Like, for the past, since 2018, and really only 2 years out of his entire career when he became a starter, he has started just about every single game. And in 2010 and 2011, I'm just going to go on ahead and assume that he was sat because they already clinched the division. I mean, that does make sense, right? I mean, this year they ended up going 14-1, and then that other year they went 10-5. More than likely, that division was just terrible. But I mean, this guy stays healthy, and I mean, when it comes down to it, like they have a very good offensive line. So I mean, I'm definitely not seeing like Aaron Rodgers falling down or getting hurt or anything behind that offensive line, and really just based off of his overall like injury history in general. The New York geriatrics, that's hysterical. That's actually very funny. Merch idea, baby. I absolutely love it. Nick C is coming in. Jets have to maximize their window because it is tiny. When Rodgers retires, they start the QB search all over again. I mean, realistically, you're looking at an Aaron Rodgers situation, 2 years max, in my opinion. No, actually, I'm thinking 2 years minimum, 3 years max, and that's being hopeful, right? He still got it. Still a former MVP for 2 years in a row, minus last year. And that guy's stats would have been like all-time over in the last year. It would have been an all-time over in the New York Jets organization. $10 million over the cap. Goodbye, Corey Davis. Too perfect. Hey, man, sign me up. Sign me up, baby. Sign me up. My friend, Mr. Corey Davis, you can come right to the Buffalo Bills. We will take care of you. Sources have told me that Rodgers had the front office order a sensory deprivation tank for the Jets facility. That and some Awagasha, right? Like just so he can have like a couple before each and every single game. Spin 0481. Breaking news. Wait, is this a Jets channel? No, it's not, baby. It's not, baby. We're talking about NFL news. When it breaks, dog, this is still a Bills channel. Always by heart. But if there's breaking NFL news, I'm giving it to you. It's Aaron Humphries this year. Ravens for life, 716. Oh, man. You're telling me you're a Ravens guy in Buffalo? Okay. 2017. Yeah, that was the only year where he was significantly injured. Rodgers is trying to be Brady. I mean, it's not really a bad move to look through. We have Daniel Finn coming in, not Favre situation at all. He is going into Hackett's system, which he already knows. Amazing take. Absolute amazing take right there. And I'm not going to lie, he absolutely thrived in Hackett's system. More than likely because it was just Aaron Rodgers calling all the shots from the very jump. So Talavagosh comes his. What I meant was if they don't start winning, they will get the grumpy crybaby Rodgers. Oh, man. I hate to like even be able to watch like after a bad game and to see how he's going to go out. Like, I mean, like here and sort of be together with New York media, which would be pretty crazy. Zach Barker, glad to see you back all the time, Dan. Yo, man, it's a full-time gig now, baby. It's a full-time gig. So you're going to be seeing me a lot for Bills content, NFL content, breaking news. You are the guy. Do the Bills play a game in London this year? Yes, we do. The schedule hasn't been released. Very much looking forward to see which game that is and then go from there. But guys, honestly, when it comes down to it, I think that this move is expected. I feel like right now Aaron Rodgers wants to go on ahead and create as much familiarity as possible with this team. So I think it's good. I just wanted to hop on here real fast, break the news. 1-year deal, guy's 32 years old. Definitely not the same, but I think he's going to be great for the locker room, that young wide receiver core. Looks like Corey Davis is going to be gone as well. So some things to take a look at. Thank you so much for coming in. I have to record a video for the AFC's roundtable right now with the homies. Other than that, I'll see you a little bit later today for a Buffalo Bills defensive breakdown. Later.